Hello everyone, my name is Jordan Michael Johnson. This is my rough draft for my online English composition class. I would like to get a few other shots for my final project, but it wasn't anything that was too important. Overall, I put about a good 4 hours filming and about 14 including planning and editing my film. My whole life I grew up in a small town called Newton in the state of New Hampshire. I've been playing sports since the day I could walk and have had such a passion and love for every game. As I grew older, I grew upon this one sport, football. I strongly believe that we are born with a purpose, and my purpose here is yet to be revealed. My freshman year of high school, I was a dominant player starting for varsity football. Playing at this level as a freshman really boosted my confidence not only on the playing field, but throughout my daily life as well. Each day I work harder and harder to be one step closer to my goals I've got set. No matter how far ahead you get, never quit working hard because there is someone out there working twice as hard. Football was my motivation to work hard to be the best I could be. Until one game that had changed the dreams and goals I had set to play college football. I was diagnosed with a concussion and the result from multiple head-on collisions playing multiple games. This severe concussion took me out of school for 2 weeks straight and was without any physical activity for 7 months. It was like having a nightmare. I felt like everything I ever worked hard for was taken right away. Every day was unpredictable of how I was going to feel and result from symptoms of my concussion. Symptoms I would feel is dizziness, fatigue. Mentally, I felt foggy as if I was in a daze, nauseous and constantly had headaches. Even after 2 weeks of just sleeping at home without any technology, I could only go a few hours to my first block class. It was just awful having these symptoms every day because I felt like I was never getting better. I would sleep on average about 14 hours a day because I was only allowed 30 minutes of technology a day for a few months, and then it progressed to an hour and so on. My depression definitely kicked in as the long, dreadful months continued on and had felt so alone. But I never quit or gave up. I knew that God had a plan in store for me, but I just couldn't see what it was. And so every day I would just sit there and think, what would I love to do with the rest of my life? Growing up, I've always loved being in front of the camera. No matter what the situation was, I would be the center of attention. My appearance was very different from the rest of my family. Technology has always been an interest of mine, and I have always been fascinated to figure out how a new piece of equipment works. When I was about 10 years old, I decided to buy my first camcorder. From the time I bought my cheap HD JVC camcorder, I still continue to use it to this day. While others pick up a camera or a camcorder and don't have a clue about it, I always taught myself by using it through trial and error. My friend Kenny and I would spend hours a day trying to make short films, horror films, and usually comedy clips that we would just make up ourselves. After my horrible experience of the long, dreadful 7 months healing from my concussion, it came to me what I wanted to pursue as a new career path. My thought process was always how could I incorporate sports with my day-to-day job, and it all started to fall into place for me. What could be better than to work for ESPN using film to capture sports? Since that day, I have put everything I can to get me one step closer to being successful with my dreams. Be what you want to pursue in life. Nobody says you have to work at McDonald's or work for a family business the rest of your life. You don't have to go to school to be a doctor if you don't want to. Whatever your dream is, set that dream and write it everywhere. When you make every decision, think, what will this do? Will this get me one step closer, or will it bring me back 2 steps? As I stated in my personal narrative essay, I said, I know I will be successful no matter how many times I fail. When one door closes, another one is opened. I'm truly blessed to be living the life I do and wouldn't change a thing about it. This is my time. I'm living on a dream.